This is the biggest build I have ever done. It is over 30,000 instances and it took me more than 2 weeks to complete. The idea about this build started when I saw the Dvergr in the Ashlands. Seeing how dangerous the Ashlands were, it made sense to me that the Dvergr had a safe place with a portal back to the Mistlands. And with all the dangers lurking in the Ashlands, this needed to be a place that was heavily fortified and ready for battle. So I came up with this, the Dvergr Bastion. After looking around for a good build spot, I found this cool piece of land surrounded by lava on 3 sides. After cleaning up the area, I first raised the ground, on top of which I was going to build the main structure. I found this piece of art online that I used as inspiration for my bastion. First, I created the center part of my building to see how high I could build with the new grassland and get a feel for the build. Next, I built some extensions to the sides to get this pyramid looking shape. During the whole build, I kept placing metal cages inside the walls to keep the stability of the structure as strong as possible. This, however, will become more of a problem later in the build after I start adding details and modifying the shape. I added some columns to the inside for some extra stability. However, this will not be enough, and later on in the build, I'll be adding a lot more to it. After finishing the main shape of the building, I started with the front gate to get a feel for what kind of detailing I wanted to do. I already tested some designs on a different world, so I had a rough idea of what combinations of stone and grass worked well together. Next, I did some detailing to the side and reshaped the building a little bit. I thought the roof looked a bit chunky, so I sized it down a little bit. Here I made a grave mistake. I raised the roof without thinking about the height limitations, and this is something that will be a pain in my butt to fix later on. I continued detailing and decided it would be smart to complete one side first, so I could just do the same on the other side. So I'm breaking up the time lapse for a moment because I want to talk about some weird stability stuff I've noticed. The last part of the time lapse you saw was about 3 days ago in like real life, because for the last 3 days you're probably going to see it already, like the roof looks different, and that's because for the last 3 days I've been trying to figure out why this roof is completely falling apart every time I build the top. Let's start with a few things I've tested and I know work, and for some reason it still happens. For one, if you go to the complete bottom, this right here is grounded. It's blue. And this is, if you start counting from here, these are 15 iron cages high, which is so 15 times 2, so it's 30 meters. I have tested this out. This should keep up a Groston roof. 50 meters high should keep up a Groston roof. Even if you do 16 meters, so one more cage, it should keep up a Groston roof. And for some reason, my roof, if I can show you, keeps falling apart. Now, for 3 days, I've been lowering the roof, rebuilding it, then using a console command called timescale to speed up the time and see if something breaks. I think this will stay up, except for this middle part. This middle part keeps breaking. It keeps breaking. Even though it shouldn't, it keeps breaking. And I'm not sure if these like small details will stay up because I just added those, so we'll see. But this keeps breaking. And if I go here, like it's such a mess. These massive pillars should keep this stuff up, but it's not. So I've decided to make it like a sun roof or something. I'm not happy about it, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm also not happy that for some reason I can't make this 60 meters high, even though I know I can. Like I said, I've tested it before the building. I've tested it here in front of the build. I've removed it, but I've made tests here and it works. I know it works. And the only difference between my tests and this building is this raised ground. Now, even though it says that the bottom is grounded, I think that this raised ground right here is being added up to the stability. And if I look at it and make a rough estimation, I think this is about 1.5 iron gauges. Which means that if that's true, if they do add this to the height, then this is not 15 meters high or 15 cages high. This is, let's say, at one more cage and a half gauge, this is 16.5 gauge high. And I think that's why this keeps falling apart. Now, I'm not sure. And the thing is, I've asked the devs this. One of the devs responded to one of my older videos, and even he wasn't quite sure about it. I would really like an answer to why, even though it says it's grounded, it still adds the raised ground to the height. And honestly, I think they should remove that. I think you should be able to raise the ground as much as possible and then build from there. Because why else would you want to raise the ground? You raise the ground because you want to build higher. And it's safer, but you also want to build higher. I really think they should look at stability. I think stability is a mess. I think there's weird things that make no sense at all. So stuff like this. Yeah, and it's kind of frustrating, especially because you're trying to do something and you can't do it because it doesn't work. And also, they want me, like, I'm almost being forced now to use mods or console commands to remove stability. And I don't want that. I want to show that in vanilla, there's things you can do, like there's limits you can push. And right now, like, I'm at the edge of that limit. And it should not work like this. It should be different. So yeah, that's me ranting for a moment, being frustrated by this weird stability thing. Maybe it's even the Ashlands, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to continue the time lapse now. Sorry for ranting. Yeah, see you guys at the end. After finishing the back of the build, I continued with the grand entrance. I wanted to have massive pillars and defensive structures at the front that would protect the bastion and add a feeling of grandeur. After finishing all of that, my laptop's starting to have some issues because of the size of the build. So I decided to stop recording and not show you guys the inside of the build, but I will show you what I did at the end when I'm doing my walkthrough. Hey everybody, so this is my Dvergr Bastion grand build, and there is a lot to show and a lot more to talk about. Because I'm just gonna start off with one thing, and I'm gonna show you a little later what I mean with it. But I've sort of reached the limit of the game, sort of the engine limit. I have over 30,000 instances at the moment in the when you're starting in the main building, and there are parts of the build now where if I try to use the snapping points, they don't snap anymore. So like the snapping points just stop working. So on the inside there's a lot of space that isn't done, and I just didn't finish it because I just couldn't place everything by hand. There's so much detailing, it just wasn't worth it. So the inside isn't completely done, but the outside is, yeah, it's pretty much done. I'm going to show you guys later what I mean with all the snapping point things, but for now, let's start here on the outside. Let's talk a bit about the lore of this build, what I was thinking, and yeah, how it turned out. So first off, it started all for me when I saw that the Dvergr were in the Ashlands. So this means that the Dvergr were they were expanding, they were traveling, they were exploring. But this also means to me that the Dvergr need a place to live. And this bastion, the idea behind this bastion was that this is like their main spot. They have the big portal here that you can move ore around. Like this is their main base. This is the main hub from where they do their battling, they're exploring in the Ashlands. But that also means that it had to be super well protected. There had to be shields, there had to be... first I thought it maybe like a trench or something, but lava makes sense. I made these bunkers, defensive posts, there have to be like big, thick, sturdy walls. And yeah, this is what it became, this massive, grand stone structure, almost temple-like, or even a bunker-like thing. We're gonna start off here. At the front, this is the front line. This is the way everybody moves in and out when they go to the Ashlands. And here you can see there are these 3 defensive posts. And these defensive posts have... I used the Better Creative mod to place a couple of skeletons because I just liked how that looked. Other than that, there are no mods in the building itself. There's no things I added or structural things. Like this is all vanilla, so the build, this is like the max height, and I couldn't build higher than this. So yeah. Anyway, there are 3 of these posts. There are these turrets on there, and they are calibrated to shoot at the flying Valkyries. Because my idea is that they shoot at the Valkyries, and then there's the Dvergr around fighting the melee guys. So there's 3 of these. They're just the most forward line of defense. There's the chest with the ammunition, and yeah, nothing too special, but they look kind of cool, and especially with the spikes in the stone. I think that works really, really well. Then you have these 2 Dvergr bunkers. Now these puppies, they just work. They really, 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 really. I don't know. It just. When I started designing and building this, I didn't know what they were going to look like, but now they're done. They look absolutely amazing. So there is the insides were really done. Again, I want to keep the instance at around 30,000 because yeah, you can see I'm already having some frame issues. There's they have a shield generator in them too, and then there's these shooting holes. I really like these bunkers. They're really cool. They have a really unique design, and yeah, I love them. Especially with the spikes, again, inside the stone. It just looks awesome. Then there's these pillars. I just want to give it this like feeling of like a grand entrance. You walk in, there's like, you just see something coming at you. And then there's the 2 skeletons on top of the 2 grand pillars. And inside the 2 grand pillars, there are the shield generators. So more shield generators. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 already. And then on the inside of this building, there are 1, 2, 3 more. And then there are 3 on the outside. Let's talk about those first. So I thought it would be cool if there's like 3 smaller like pillar shield generators on the outside. So you have these puppies. And yeah, there's like 1 there, 1 here. And then the last one is whoop, all the way over here. Now, let's go to the entrance. Now again, guys, the inside is not done. Unfortunately, I just can't finish it. But this is the main entrance. To the left, supposed to be a portal, but couldn't finish this part. Then to this side, there is a portal, and if you take this portal, it will lead to the upstairs area above the entrance. So this is a cool little overlook. Oh yeah, the whole build has no stairs, only portals. Then this is the grand main hall. I love this hall, like with the massive pillars, all the decorations, then with the massive trophy here. And then on this side, I made a little bar. So, and the shield generator's in there, but there's like a little bar where you can go for drinks. The Dvergr sit here. It's a little bit depressing, but that's a bit the style, you know. It's like I said, it's like a bunker, it's a bastion. It's supposed to be a bit depressing. Here is a portal that will lead to the first level. We're gonna go there in a moment. On the other side, a portal that leads to the upper level. And this side I have not finished, unfortunately. Like I said, there is just an issue with the snapping. Then this room, I love this room. 1, super decorated. Took me some time to fix this. And 2, this is one of the big portals. And this one leads, actually, I'm not going to take it now, but this one actually leads to the Mistlands. So, like, lore-wise, like, you're in the Mistlands, you're Dvergr, and then you take this massive portal, you come here to the Ashlands. Now, let's go to level 1. I put those blue mist lantern thingies behind these, and it looks really cool. Now, this is supposed to be the living areas, the living spaces, but like I said, haven't finished these, but just imagine there are like beds here and other stuff. I also like the black marble combined with the Groston, and then the wood detailing. Yeah, it works really well. And also this ceiling is a bit lower than the one on the bottom. So the bottom one's like the bottom level's like the grand hall, the grand entrance with the grand portal and everything. And this one is a little bit more intimate, more like this living area. Now, if you go this way, oh, by the way, I also love these, like the round pillars, the round Groston. Oh, something's broken here. I'm gonna need to fix that later. The round Groston pillars here. Yeah, they look really nice. Now, let's go here. This leads to the outside rampart. So this bottom, like you can't walk here, but you can walk on this rampart. And then these ramparts also lead to the two turrets on the sides. And this goes all the way around. Now here is a portal that's supposed to be connected to the bottom entrance, so you can easily from the entrance come here, but yeah, never finished that. Another turret on this side. These were supposed to be like little hiding areas and storage areas, but yeah, didn't finish it, sorry. And then also like that the stone floor is a little bit different than the walls, so yeah, it all matches really well. Now let's go down again and let's walk to this side. Now this is the most upper area. Here I'm going to show you what I mean with the snapping points not working anymore. So first off, let's take this. Here, it does not snap. It just doesn't snap. I try to use this. No, it doesn't snap. This whole area, like you can see this, I have to place this by hand and stuff. It just doesn't snap. Here, the snapping points do work. And then here, they stop working. It's really annoying. And yeah, I don't think the engine was made for this many instance. Anyway, this is the upper area. So there is one more shield generator. It's here. Supposed to be 2 rooms on the sides with like armory, like weapons and stuff. But yeah, didn't finish it. This is the front with the front turret. And then you can run on the sides to what here. And then if you want to go to the back, there is 2 entrances here and on the other side. And this leads to the back turret. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I sound like that's not much, but it is. Like, if you look at my instance count here, it's 30,400 and about 30, yeah. So it's a lot. And it's barely keeping everything together. I'm really happy with how this build turned out. I'm really happy with everything. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Can't wait for you guys to see what I'm going to do in the future. There's a bunch of things I've learned from this build. And yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Bye for now.